Well, providing this doggone thing is really recording right now, we'll get at least a video out of it. Kind of looks like on my side I'm moving in slow motion. I think this computer's getting ready to bite it, man. I think it's getting ready to go down. Is the war over yet? That's what I titled today's show. Everybody's getting battle weary, Dave. What do you think? Yeah.
I think nobody wants it.
No, I don't want it. I'd rather be going fishing, or maybe we could all get together and have a picnic. You know, barbecue, cookout. Huh?
As soon as it warms up enough, I'm going fishing.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan. Well, it's kind of raining outside right now. I had to walk across the swamp to get over here to this side of the fence.
Sunshine in here.
Well, at least you're going to have some good weather on your side then.
For now.
Well, yeah. Got a late start. It's raining outside, sloppy mud everywhere. I don't know, man. What's going on out there in the world? That's the question. And is it real? That's another question. You know, are we all in some big old psychological operation? And is the movie over yet? I want this. This is like a bad movie, is what it is. It needs to be over. What do you think?
Yeah, well, I think that until we get together and stop it, it's going to continue.
Yeah, reminds me of an old Twilight Zone movie, you know? Remember those old Twilight Zone episodes?
Yeah.
That guy would come out there and he'd say something crazy at the beginning, and then you'd go into this weird show, and 9 times out of 10 they had a weird ending as well. You know, I just I don't know. Maybe we watch too many movies in our life.
Yeah, I doubt that.
Well, I remember a whole lot of movies, and a lot of these movies seem to act like, I don't know, they seem to be related to things that are actually happening in the world. You know, like what they call it, predictive programming.
Yeah. Yep.
So you think the Matrix is messing with us?
I think it's the WEF.
Yeah, well, I wish that WEF would get on down the road. We need to just kind of like fire them, you know?
It's a bunch of parasites. They're parasites.
I tried to get fired this morning and you wouldn't fire me.
Just because they have money, they think they can do everything. Well, I think they're parasites.
Well, yeah, you say just because they have money, where's their money coming from? It's coming from all of us. Hey, so we just stop giving them money and then they don't got no power, right?
Well, let's just start taking money back and using it for the things that we need to use it for. That it should be used for. See how they feel being poor.
Yeah. That's one of the things that's always aggravated the crap out of me, was that, you know, these agencies, United Nations and World Health Organization, World Economic Forum, they were supposedly be there, you know, to bring justice and to help feed the sick, or feed the hungry and heal the sick and all this kind of stuff. And they always put it under the guise of, you know, do-gooderness. So is that even a word, do-gooderness? But they
Well,
don't do that. Go ahead.
you're right. The
They don't-
fact is that I think originally it all started out that way, but then the power went to their head and control, and we have to put an end to that.
They don't do no good. Their track record sucks. It-
Like the medical profession started out the same way, to do no harm, and now it seems that it's all to do harm
well, they're in
with
bed with
facts and everything else.
medical industry is in bed with the pharmaceutical industry, which is in bed with the oil industry. Did you know that the medical industry was in bed with the oil industry? Did you know that? The pharmaceutical industry. That goes all the way back to old J.P. Morgan. They figured out that they could do more with oil than just make fuel out of it.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah.
So, that's probably why they have all these doggone drugs that say they got a side effect as long as you're freaking armed, the list of side effects. It's because there's
Yeah.
petroleum products in a lot of them. Synthetics.
Yep.
Well, so they're using us for guinea pigs. They're using us for cannon fodder. They're using us for labor. They're using us for financial. You think the average Joe would have been wise enough by now to say, you know what, I'm done with all this. But so far, there's a lot of people still hanging in there. Of course, I get it. There are people waking up, but we're still hearing the same old crap.
Yeah. Until everybody wakes up, it's going to happen.
Yeah. We did a show, was it yesterday? Everything has gone to crap.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, I know it ain't no laughing matter, but dang it, man. What is wrong with people? We gotta get our act together. If
Yeah.
it ain't for divine intervention, I think we're in trouble.
We need to push back.
Well, if you was in the seat of power, what would be the first thing that you would go for?
What would be the first thing? Well, I'd take a lot of the nonsense that's going on and change it. And make food more affordable by getting rid of a lot of the taxes. Be drill, baby, drill, just like Trump says.
Yeah, he said he'd get rid of the payroll tax.
Get rid of a lot of those taxes. It's all nonsense.
Well,
Yes.
the very first thing I'd do is I'd shut down the border.
Uh,
I'd tell everybody, I say, look, hey, all you people in every other country, we love you, man, but you better shut your fences down because we're getting ready to shut ours down because we got to clean the house. We got some corrupt people up in here that need to go to jail. We got to sort that out. And I go in through Congress and the Senate, and you're fired, you're fired, you're fired. You stay, you get out of here. And I do the same thing to the judges too, man.
yeah, me too.
Go work at McDonald's, man.
Yeah. Listen, I think we need to build a border wall on the Canadian side. I think America's got to worry more about Canada right now than anything else.
I saw this movie one time where the aliens came down and they basically took over and they built giant walls around the cities. Maybe that's what we need, giant walls around.
Yeah, and aliens.
Huh?
And aliens from outer space.
Yeah, but these weren't very nice aliens. These were jerks.
Okay, and that's any different from the ones coming in across the border for what reason?
You got a point. Oh God. Just tell me what. Someday somebody down the line is going to look back. They're going to find these videos that we posted up there. That's like my grandbaby ain't happy in the other room.
Yeah.
She's mad at Mama. Mama must have took a toy from her.
Yeah.
You ain't supposed to throw toys in the house. So when she throws a toy in the house, Mom says, "Okay, well, if you're gonna do that, you ain't gonna have that." All right. Anyway, we can deal with it. That's part of being a grandpa.
Yeah.
Anyway, where were we before we were rudely interrupted?
Talking about the border.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's not necessarily about the immigration, and that's the thing, man. They're always trying to make it sound out like, "Oh, you're just anti-immigrant, so you're a racist. You just don't like brown people." And I'm like, dude, this ain't about immigration. It's about these people coming across the border planting their own flags on the Texas side of the fence. You don't do that. That's not immigration. You don't. If you're fleeing your nation and you want to get, amnesty, you don't bring your flag with you. It's like they should have at least that much common sense.
If your loyalty isn't here, go back to where your loyalty is.
Yeah. And there's enough of them. They could have sorted out their own country and made it nice. They could have adopted like I told Canada, take the United States Constitution, scratch off America, put Canada, United States of Canada on there, and tell them this is the new rule around here. This is what we're going to go by from now on. You all do you, and we're going to do us. You know what I mean?
That's the problem with just letting all the immigration happen. It's going to change the country. You're going to start seeing different flags pop up because there's more of them than us, changing our culture.
Well, what it's going to boil down to is an all-out assault on everything. Well, we're already in there, right? That's why I guess I asked, is the war over yet?
We need to get this under control. I mean, the bottom line is this: if you want to come here for a better life and assimilate, I have no problem. Work with us, no problem. If you're coming here for nefarious reasons, you can't be here.
Yeah. Well, it's like that guy that, there's five of them, I believe, that went over there in New York and assaulted the officers and then turned around. And after they got arrested and then they got turned around and let go, giving everybody the finger, two fingers up. If I was in charge of the legal system at that particular point in time, I'd have had the doggone Air Force One, that whatever that one is with the helicopter.
Yeah.
I told the military land right down there. All right, snatch that guy up. All right, and get him in here. All right, then we would fly back up. I'd fly across the border, and I'd get probably about what's high enough where you don't kill them, but they know they got dumped.
Well, you drop them.
That's what I'm saying. I'd fly across the border, shove him out the door, say, "Don't ever come back, ever. Don't ever come back to the United States of America again. If you do, the next time we're going higher." I'm a Spaniel or whatever.
Look at how many of the criminals are deported and that have come back 5, 6, 7, 10 times.
Yeah.
And they still catch them again.
Well, the first time would be 10 feet. The second time would be 50 feet. And the third time would be 100 feet.
Yeah. Then you're right on the helicopter, good to the last drop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd let all the good people say, look, I know you guys done some wrong. Come across this border illegally. You going as long as you stay, take care of your child there, take care of each other, and keep a job. If you give anybody the finger over here or steal anything, get a ride on the helicopter. Right over the fence. Bye.
See what some of these people are doing though? They're getting to the Rio Grande and they're throwing their babies and their young children into the water so that the boats will come and pick them up. And then the people climb onto the boat.
That's crazy.
Not giving their kid back.
No, heck no. That is crazy.
Yeah. It's happening though. But I would not let them in, and I would not give them their kid back. Yeah, they're trying. It's a major crime as far as I'm concerned.
There's
attempted murder.
There's a video thing that I listened to this morning on Twitter. I don't know if my dang computer. Oh, don't do that. Yeah, I pushed the wrong button.
Computer's got a mind of its own, eh?
Yeah. I heard this thing on Twitter that Tucker Carlson, I think, was doing. He was interviewing somebody about this pass that they got, a real dangerous pass that goes all the way from south of the border into the United States, and it's like goes to the jungle. And everybody that is coming across there and talking about how dangerous it is and all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
I can't remember the name of the dang thing. I'm not even going to try to look it up. But at this stage in the game, it is what it is. I need to close that one there. Dang it. Didn't mean to even open that one there. You still there?
Yep.
All right. Anyway, there's this real dangerous path that everybody's been taking. And I guess as they're coming through, each section, every different country down there is literally waving them on through. But you can go this way, but you can't go back that way.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
So they got large groups of Chinese at one camp and all different people at other camps, and they're working their way here. And they have United Nations and Americans paying, our government's paying these people to make this trip across the deal.
Yeah.
So it's a setup. Dang good and well it's a setup. They're deliberately trying to overrun that border.
And the worst part is that the Biden administration's helping them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Their goal is to destroy the republic.
They're literally selling our country's sovereignty out. They're literally doing it right underneath our noses and lying about it. I mean, it's blatantly obvious. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure it out. The freaking bold-faced lying. Oh, the border is secure. The border is closed. No, it ain't closed. You had Border Patrol down there cutting the razor wire that Texas put up and allowing these people to come through there.
Yeah, but they're not cutting that wire anymore.
Well, they were.
Yeah, they were, but they're not. They're not now. They won't go against Texas.
Well, that's a good thing. It took Texas to finally stand up and say, you know what? We're not doing this anymore.
Yeah, I like how the Democrats. I like how the Democrats are pushing this. Well, it's the Republicans' fault that the border's not secure. They're not working with it. It was secure. Biden went and destroyed all that.
Yeah, Trump had that remain in Mexico thing going on, is what they said.
And the wall would have been built by now. And there was a whole lot less people coming in. Biden said, come on in, everybody's welcome. Tear down the wall.
Huh. Well, a lot of people believe all this is just a show. Other people believe it's all just a psyop. Whatever it is, whatever it is going on, it's having real world consequences. I know that in my area, I can go to certain parts of the city right now, and there are non-English speaking people all over the place. I ain't got nothing against non-English speaking people, but I can tell you one thing's for sure. I know for a fact that this was a setup, 150,000% beyond a shadow of a doubt. And then everyone who wants to be intellectually honest with themselves can think back before all of this become mainstream news, before there was ever even the talk of a border crisis or anything like that. When you went into the stores like Walmart and Kmart and Target and all these other stores, they already had the lettering changed on there. They had it written in English and they had it written in Spanish, and and all the different products as well had different languages on there. And that should have been a sign right out of the freaking gate that something was coming down the pipe, because they were already making it so that they could have multiple languages going on to do business. That don't sound like much, does it? But that should have been a sign right out of the dang gate. They were laying the path before they opened the border to have it work. Everybody, you even started hearing it on the robocalls, where the bill collectors, you get on there and you start hearing for English, press 1, for this, press 2, and all down the line.
Yeah.
Yeah, they already had it set up, Dave. Somebody proved me wrong. Anybody out there prove me wrong? They didn't have this planned ahead of time?
The whole thing's been planned for a long time. And that's why there's so much pushback. And that's why they're trying to shut Trump down and the MAGA movement and conservatives in general. I mean, they lie. The liberals and liberals, Democrats, whatever. I mean, they lie. Bald-faced lie. If the sky is blue, they'll swear it's raining.
Yep. Somebody threw a message in the chat room there, I think. Was that you?
Not me.
Yep. That must have been when I put that in there. I don't know. All right. Yeah, it's all a scam. The whole entire thing is a scam. Yeah. I hate to be the one to say it, but hey, let me. My computer's starting to move a little bit faster now. Let me try to make sure that I posted that everywhere. Because as I was trying to get this thing done, it said Windows Explorer is not working. That don't surprise me none.
Yeah, most of the countries is not working anymore.
Everything's falling apart.
Yeah. Businesses are going, they're burning down everything. I mean, trying to make us Venezuela.
Yeah. Huh. Well, every time that they say we got to preserve our democracy, that's where you know that they're on the other side of the fence, because the United States of America is not and has not ever been a democracy. We're not a democracy. We're a representative republic. Get that straight. We don't gotta protect your democracy. We gotta destroy your democracy. We gotta annihilate your democracy. We gotta send your democracy packing.
Yeah.
We already seen what your democracy does. Democracy is one level under socialism, one level under Marxism, communism, all the way up to an all out dictatorship. We don't want no part of that.
Welcome to Bananada.
Bananada?
Bananada, yeah. Banana Republic.
Yeah, well, I bet there's a lot of banana stands out here on the U.S. soil now, too.
Yeah.
Let's ring some bells and see who else we can drag up in here. What do you think?
Sure, why not?
Let's see who's awake and who ain't.
I'm not awake yet. I'm up, but I'm not awake.
I'm just gonna hit every bell that I see.
There you go. Don't hit Tyler. She's got a show.
Oh, well.
His yeah. He'll be doing his Sunday school show.
Well, there's only 15 people in this particular chat anyway, and just seeing if any one of them's alive.
Yeah.
That's Troy. Troy made it.
What? I didn't make it.
Oh, you didn't.
I'm not here.
Troy, tell us what's going on in the world.
I don't know. I give up.
Really? That's not going to be very helpful in the apocalypse. We're going to need you to be strong, brother.
I think it'd probably be better off with the cockroaches.
With the roaches? I don't want no roaches.
Yeah.
Well, they're the only ones that could basically survive a nuclear war.
That's the next question in line. Is there going to be a nuclear war?
Oh, I think so.
Did you say you hope so?
I said I think so.
Oh. Well, thinking and hoping's two different things. I'm not rooting for the war.
Well, the parasites are building bunkers, so what's that tell you?
Because they know that the gig is up and everybody knows that their criminalities are coming out, so they think they're going to go hide in their bunker.
Yeah.
They're going to blow us all up and hide in a bunker and wait for the dust to clear and come out.
Yeah, parasites will think they're cockroaches.
I don't know. I don't think the war started yet.
It has? Well, there's some rough birthing pains if it hasn't started yet.
Yeah, it started. It's just they're not.
Well, the Bible does have a lot of mentions of birthing pains.
Yeah. Tribulations, trials and tribulations, man. We're in for it. The demons running amok, cats sleeping with dogs, mass hysteria, and then somebody's going to have to call the Ghostbusters. I mean, you know, it's stressful. I don't want to look at the news anymore, even though I know that I got to look at the news so that, you know, we got something to talk about. What's happening? Are they lying? Of course they're lying. That's how you know. Somebody said that about politicians. How do you know a politician's lying when his mouth is moving? Yeah. Well, that's the same thing with the news as well. They all got the same doggone lie that they're telling. So I don't know. We need. You remember that movie They Live or something like that? The one where the guy had the glasses and you put the glasses on and he could see their true face.
Yeah, that's what they call it. That's the movies They Live. I have it.
Yeah, well, we need to send that particular pair of glasses to all the lefties and everyone else out there. Because, you know, there's got to be a way to tell them apart, you know.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's kind of easy because you just look for the snow cone hairdo, you know, and that's 9 times out of 10 a Biden voter or a Trudeau voter. Do you guys have that in Canada, David? Dave,
What?
you got Kool-Aid heads in Canada?
The what?
Kool-Aid heads, you know, the ones with all the different colors of hair and they look
Oh,
like,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we do.
You know, back in the 60s, they had this giant fro thing going on. I mean, the hair was like way out to here. In the 70s, they had these other wild haircuts. And then in the 80s, they had like the what do they call them, hair bands. You know, like, name a hair band, Troy. I know you know some of the hair bands.
I don't know.
Bon Jovi.
I'm more into Mongolian metal, not hair metal.
Yeah. But either way, we went through those times, you know?
Yeah.
I was born in the 60s, so I was around hippies. Hippies are all right. I think I'm kind of like a modern day hippie.
Yeah. Yeah.
I believe in peace.
Like they say now, it's gotten to the point where the long-haired, freaky people need now apply.
Yeah, now you can have a job. Get in here, boy.
Yeah.
Can you
Not need now apply.
Yeah. Yeah, I just everything's backwards. Troy, tell us something we ain't figured out yet.
I don't know.
That'd be something.
Plenty I don't figure out. I don't know.
No, today's show's not I don't know. Today's show is the war over yet? And you said you didn't think it started. What makes you think it hasn't started yet?
Well, for one thing, Damascus is still more or less in one piece.
Yeah, that's going to come to an end. You watch.
Well, in the Bible, it says before the end, Damascus will be basically a parking lot.
Well, I'm okay with that. Just take the innocent people out of there and.
Hey, Dave, we can't turn the Middle East to glass. That's not how we're supposed to. We're supposed to be the good guys.
Yeah. And yet these ones in the Middle East, which again, I mean, if you look at it, who created it? The CIA created all this.
Well, that's what we need to
More MI6.
Yeah.
We need to turn the CIA and the MI6 into glass.
Yeah. But we need to take the innocent people that are in these countries and bring them here. Because they want freedom. They don't want to be slaves anymore. Fear their government.
You know, the bad thing about all this immigration debacle is how many people are being abused on the way here. Now, could you imagine having to go through all that hell just to get here, only to be turned around and sent back?
Well, the problem is the immigration stuff hasn't been updated in like 30 years, and I'm saying it's both parties.
Well, yeah, they're both the whole entire system's jacked up. But at this stage in the game, they're literally doing it intentionally, telling everybody to come across there when they've already destroyed our economic system. They've destroyed our supply chain. They literally made it so that nobody trusts anybody. The executive, legislative, or judicial branches of government can't be trusted. The doggone mainstream media can't be trusted. The alternative media is really questionable nowadays. And you don't know what to believe anymore.
Well, you got to know that the cartels are getting rich through this.
Oh, yeah. I heard anywhere from $10,000 to $20,000 are sticking some of these people to smuggle them across the border.
Yeah.
Could you
And the
imagine that?
cartels are better armed than our military.
And you know what that leads to, right? That leads to indentured servitude, aka slavery. So they get across the border, they get them a job, probably working for pennies on the dollar, and then they turn around and they got to send some of that money to the cartels in order to pay off their bill. They'll never get out of debt. It's like that one working for you owe your soul to the county store or country, whatever the heck. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
That's where human trafficking comes in. Child trafficking, and it's just crazy. We got to put an end to all that stuff. And
Good.
the Biden administration, all they're doing is playing into it.
Good book said there'd be days like this. Wars, rumors of wars, plagues, famine, pestilence, earthquakes in diverse places, and great signs and wonders in the heavens. They're talking about UFOs now. Man, if somebody believes in flying saucers, men from outer space, that's all right. But I'm going to reserve my opinion. Well, not my opinion. I'm going to give my opinion out anyway, because that's free. It's like a theoretical idea. I'm going to reserve my final judgment for the day that I see one land in the yard and he gets out and does the live long and prosper, or whatever, ack, loosely means we come in peace before they start shooting.
Yeah.
I want to.
How to serve humans.
Yeah. Alien cookbook.
It's a cookbook, yeah.
Oh, man. That calendar over there says 2017. I think I'm behind.
A little bit. Life was different in 2017.
Yeah. It has American flags on it. That's probably why I left it standing up, because it had American flags on it. So, what do you think, Troy? What do we do to fix all this? Is there anything at all? I think Troy's froze up.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, well. He'll be back.
Yeah, he will.
Man, I just kind of got a hunger pain. Huh, that's odd. How do I suddenly get hungry?
Yeah.
I think I ate
Talking about whatever makes you hungry.
Yeah. Well, there's a good subject to go into. When they're destroying the farms and they're buying up all the farmland and trying to talk about eating bugs and all this kind of stuff. I'm not eating no bugs. I'm not eating no lab cultured meat. I'm not eating no people. That was actually on the table. Somebody actually said that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Somebody was literally talking about we need to eat the dead. I like that. That's you done went too far.
Have you seen the movie?
Huh?
Have you seen the movie Soylent Green?
No, but I've heard enough about it.
Yeah. You got to watch that one.
Oh, I don't think I want to watch that one. I'm too traumatized already.
Yeah.
But I'm not eating people. I'm not eating bugs. I'm not eating lab cultured chicken. Not eating none of that crap. And I'm telling you folks, when you go buy your food at the store, read the dang labels. Talking about genetically modified ingredients in your food. Okay, yeah. You need to know what genetically modified ingredient. Maybe they're trying to turn us into bugs. Maybe they're
turn us into lizards.
Yeah, they're trying to destroy our bloodline so that
lizards eat bugs.
Yeah. So they're trying to terraform the aliens from outer space or other dimensions, trying to terraform our world before they get here.
Yeah.
So that they can live and we'll die. Or maybe we won't necessarily die, we'll just like be weak. Huh. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah. Listen, I just think they're trying to kill us. Kill us or make us conform to what they want. And guess what? I won't. They have to kill me.
I'm
They're
definitely.
doing a good job of it, I think.
I'm waiting around for the day that it's blatantly obvious that somebody's saying that you got to take this particular mark on your hand to buy, sell, or trade. I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
It's happening.
I'll tell them where they can shove it.
Yep. They said they're going to chop your head off if you don't take it. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to take out about a couple 100,000 of you before you get chopped my head off. Yeah, I ain't playing that game.
Hey, I fight back.
Well, that's the whole doggone thing. That's why they got to get rid of the Second Amendment, because if they're going to come in and do crappy stuff to you, then they got to make sure that you can't defend yourself.
Listen, there's always a way to defend yourself.
Yeah, well, everywhere you're at, you're sitting around tons and tons of weapons.
Yeah.
You what? I'll throw everything, including the kitchen sink and the toilet, at them if need be. You ain't getting me. Not without a fight.
Yeah.
So soon as a UN soldier comes walking up to the front door and out flies the toilet and knocks his helmet off, he'll get the idea. Well, we got a rowdy one.
Yep.
I hate playing that game.
Good Americans. Do you have any guns? We're going to take them. Oh, no, you're not.
Yeah, YouTube copyrighted me for putting that up there, but it didn't hit my channel, so I deleted the video off of YouTube, so it's only on Rumble because we had that playing in the background.
Yeah.
They got their dang video tagged, and we were talking right over it, man.
Yeah.
I see these channels out there doing it all the time. All the freaking time. Now, I know why they're not doing the copyright on the news, because they want that propaganda to get out there. So
Yeah.
they don't care if you use the news on there. But if you use something that shows people fighting back against the system, then suddenly it's a copyright thing.
Yeah, that's the truth.
And the only ones that they're shutting down out there are ones that are using the news, and then they'll say, well, this is a lie, and that's a lie. They're lying. You know they're lying. And then they turn around and they'll whack their channel. Demonetize everybody, deplatform them. They don't want nobody telling the truth. That's
Look,
why they do what they do.
I look at it this way. If we take our countries back, we go after all these things, Facebook and all of them that have been censoring us.
Yeah.
For violating our rights. We have the right to free speech. Listen, if this court case in Canada over the convoy did nothing else, it proved that our charter rights apply. Our Constitution applies.
Well, every
That
single
means free
Facebook
speech, freedom of expression, and they are violating it. And I have every intention on suing those buggers.
That's what we need to do. We all need to, from every single country that has ever been censored on Facebook or any of these social medias, put together a mass class action lawsuit and sue them all of them at the same exact time.
$60 trillion.
Yep. Because it had real world implications and consequences, and it literally affected us all worldwide.
Yep.
They tampered with our elections. They tampered with our health.
Yeah.
And they interfered with our right to a public, public forum. So.
All the people that have committed suicide over this stuff. Any of these people, I mean, come on, people have come to the end of the road. They've lost everything, and they've lost all hope, and that's unfortunate. Don't get glad, get mad. Do these buggers. Stand up and oppose it all.
Yeah, we need to, like I said before, when all the truth comes out and the smoke clears, zero amnesty. That's what they would come out there where they were trying to. They want amnesty. They want. Oh, we made a mistake. Let us slide this time because it was all confusion and we made. No, you did it on purpose. You literally did it on purpose. There's no mistake there at all. When they come out there, like Arnold Schwarzenegger, I'll never watch another movie that scumbag ever makes. He's like, bleep your rights. I don't care about your rights. What? There's a foreigner that came over here and now he's telling us about he don't care about our rights. Talking about getting the jab. The heck with him. I'll never watch that scumbag's movies ever again. He's looking kind of rough these days anyway, old buzzard. What do you think?
I think that there's a lot of these movie stars that are all standing up now. They're opposing all this garbage.
Yep.
Not all of them, but a lot of them are. They're starting to say, hey, look, we're tired of this. And it's nice to see that. Then you get, of course, the idiots like Schwarzenegger saying you don't have the right to anything. Well, it's too bad.
All
so
you
is luck.
And you remember Howard Stern? He came out and said a pretty bunch of crappy stuff too as well. Howard Stern is a nasty person. He is a nasty individual.
He is.
He used to be on regular radio, and then it got too nasty to be on regular radio, and then he ended up on like satellite radio. And I don't know. The guy is just freaking nasty. He got his nerve coming out and trying to lecture anyone. The guy's a scumbag.
Yeah.
Yeah, Whoopi Goldberg need to be sent packing. All of them.
Very.
When that's what we need to completely boycott anything to do with Disney, anything to do with Hollywood. Don't buy their movies, don't buy their products, don't buy anything. I wouldn't watch Disney if you paid me now. When I was a kid, I grew up with Walt Disney, and Walt Disney didn't sit there or run around being like a pervert all the time. But now that's all you get. And the woke agenda shoved in your face. You want to be whatever you want to be, that's fine. But leave it away from the kids. You don't need to be putting that in front of children. Trying to indoctrinate the children from little all the way up. And then you get them out, and by the time they come up out of college, they're a mess. Why would you even loan somebody money for college to go study gender studies? There's no jobs out there. Show me one job that is gender studies.
Yeah. Well, I can't show you because I have no idea if there is or not. I doubt it.
There ain't no job out there where somebody needs to study the genders. There's a boy and there's a girl, man and a woman. That's it. There's nothing to study. You could go to class and that would be over in one day. And these people are paying thousands of dollars to colleges to get a degree in gender studies.
Yeah.
Is that true? I don't know. That's what I heard. But maybe it ain't true. Maybe it's all lie. Maybe it's part of the doggone propaganda. Maybe it's part of the psychological operations.
Yeah, see, I would rather learn something that's useful.
Yeah. Maybe there really isn't no generals in drag in the military. Maybe there ain't no, maybe that's not really happening. Maybe that's just a TV thing. Maybe the military is really a bunch of manly people. I don't know anymore. I know they named that doggone Navy ship the USS Harvey Milk. I wouldn't get on that ship at all. And no way in hell. If I got orders to go be deployed on the USS Harvey Milk, I'd tell them to go to hell. I ain't getting on that nasty boat. Bunch of nasty people. No.
Yeah. Well, I find it funny that all these countries want this gender stuff and this garbage, and yet the whatever you want to call them, they support the Muslims, and what they don't seem to realize is that Islam will not accept under any circumstances. They do not accept that.
Well, that's the whole doggone thing, if they come across the other side, like these ones that talking about Gaza and Palestine and all this kind of stuff, or whatever. If you go over there, those people are not going to treat you good the way that you are. They're not going to do that. They don't like you. They don't like your lifestyle. You're supporting something that you don't even have a clue what's going on.
Well, over there to the people. What do they do to the gays in that over there? Toss them out buildings.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, man. You don't know how good you got it until you don't got it anymore. So the United States of America, the great melting pot, you get to be who you want, whatever, but now they're trying to destroy that from inside out, and supporting all these causes of people who don't support you. They're not gonna have your back. If your government comes after you, they're going to be rooting for your government to come after you. It's crazy.
Well, the problem is putting all these people together. You're going to get pushback.
Yeah,
because it's not acceptable.
well, if you get your communist thing in play, socialist or Marxist thing in play, we have already seen how that plays out. Well, the Patriots aren't going to take it, so you're going to have to fight the Patriots. So that's why they want to disarm the Patriots, because can't have them standing up, can't have the white Christian male extremist toxic masculinity guy standing up to do battle with you. So you got to disarm him.
Well, don't you find it funny that you're not hearing much from Bernie Sanders lately?
Yeah, I don't remember what the last thing I heard from him, but it wasn't good. The guy's
he's a hardline communist.
Yeah, the guy's a mess. They were all upset because Bernie Sanders got the election stolen from him, and then Bernie Sanders turns around and endorses the other candidate. Really? Which the other candidate then in turn lost anyway, but God, I'm glad Hillary ain't president. Could you imagine that wicked witch becoming president? And I ain't afraid of Hillary Clinton. I'm not afraid of the Clintons. Come and try to Clintonize me and see what happens.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm Hillary.
Yeah, I'm not afraid of that old bag. I'm not afraid of her flunkies. I'm not afraid of none of the deep state or the FBI or the CIA. And I ain't afraid of none of you scumbags.
Listen, Hillary is still mad because she didn't get what she thought she was entitled to. And now they're talking with, you got to know that Hillary is going to fully support Michael Obama if he runs. And they're talking about throwing him in at the last minute, taking Biden down and throwing in Michael Obama.
Yeah, well, that dude said that he didn't want to run.
Yeah, well, don't you count on it. Don't you believe it? Because
Man,
I think they'll pull something like that.
they force feed us another Obama, it's over. Obama did so much damage. And let's stop calling him Obama. That scumbag Barry Davis Satoro. His name ain't no damn Obama. You know, Barack Obama. It makes you want to. It feels like you're gonna throw up when you say it. Barack. Ugh, you know.
Yes.
What we told everybody that scumbag was gonna destroy this country. All the evidence that came out about all the dirty, nasty stuff that he'd been doing, and our government, our supposed representation, our legal system, literally helped this scumbag get elected.
Yeah.
And I don't think he was legitimately elected on either time. Maybe possibly the first time, but no way in hell the second time, because that scumbag had already started destroying the country from day one. He wouldn't even put his hand over his heart during the national anthem as the commander in chief of all the military.
Well, see, that's the thing. We got to weed these people out. They don't like this country. They can't be in it. It's that simple. If your loyalty isn't here, go where it is and stay there.
Well, the whole plan was to take down America anyway. You know, go all the way back to the freaking North American Union and the Asian Union and the African Union and the European Union treaties. That one they basically divided the world into 4 sectors. So who's going to be in charge of each one of them? You know, and that would have made Mexico, United States, and Canada all one place. Then you could have come across the border, Dave. Maybe you can. Maybe that's why they're not shutting down the border. Maybe it's legal. They're literally legal according to that treaty to come across. Maybe they're trying to enforce that treaty, and they just haven't told everybody that we sold your sovereignty out years ago, and we didn't tell you about it. Because they don't want a civil war while it's in the process. They need to be able to manipulate the system so they can have more power by the time it's all said and done. While you let the illegal immigrants across there, you also bring military fighting age men so that you can put your army into place, you know. You already got their trucks here, you got their uniforms and their weapons, and one day you wake up and there's UN soldiers all over the freaking place. Where did they come from?
What? Chinese, you got Chinese police stations.
Yeah, you watched them come across the border. Some of you rooted them on. Come on, we're sanctuary cities. And then whenever they took over your city, we're not sanctuary cities anymore.
Yeah, we're not happy. We don't like what we did. Oh, well, change it. Well, you know what? Everybody's got to stand up to change it. Listen, the only one that it seems that California is the one that wants them still. And I say send all the migrants there. Send them all there.
Whatever,
and then build a wall around California and say, have a nice day.
Whatever happened to that old deal about California was going to fall off into the ocean one day?
Well, I know one thing, when the Cascadia goes, a lot of California is going to be in a world of trouble.
Is there any way we can get out there with a crowbar and help it along?
Yeah. Oh, it's going to go still enough.
Did I say it out loud?
It's going to set off all those major faults. And yeah, there's going to be a whole lot of pain and agony in those places.
Big old pry bar. As a matter of fact, I got a meme floating around here somewhere if I can find it. That me and my brother, he's in a tugboat, and I'm over there with a crowbar. Let me see if I
Yeah,
can
bring back Bugs Bunny.
see if I can find that picture. That was
Bugs Bunny cut off California. He did it to Florida.
Ah. See if I can find that picture. That's a funny picture. Oh, da. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just I wish all this stupid stuff was over. I wished we were on the other side of whatever it is, because this is getting obnoxious. People are getting battle weary.
Yeah.
I think I named that thing Operation Crowbar. Seeing if I can find it so I can show it to you. Yeah.
There's one for you.
All right. Well, I'm not there yet, so dang it. I may not actually have it over here. I got hundreds of memes.
Yeah, I lost a lot when my phone went swimming.
Well, I don't know, man. I can't find it. It was funny though. There's just too much going on. It's hard to keep up with anything anymore. What do you think, Dave?
Yeah, I agree. There's a lot going on, but you got to keep up with as much of it as you can. The hard part is discerning what's real and what's not.
Oh, I know there's got to be a search thing on this thing. Search. Come on, there's got to be a search thing. Let me see. Search. Crowbar. Ah. Search pictures. Oh, that was a search deal at the top of that one. I didn't see it. There we go. Search. Nope.
You'll find it when you're not looking for it.
Yeah, that's usually how it happens. Oh well. It was basically had a map of California, and it was having a picture of me at the fault line and my brother on a tugboat, and he had the rope hooked to one end, and I'm over there prying at the fault line.
Yeah, I lost thousands of memes when my phone went for a swim.
Separating California from the United States. It says my roommate brought an M&M carousel. Is that a casserole? This might be the most cruelest thing ever.
Yeah. An M&M casserole. It's just M&Ms.
Ah. All right. Well, I haven't shared screen.
The next one's good.
Hold on. Let me share screen before I do that, so everybody who's watching the video can see it. Hopefully this thing won't jack up the computer. All right. So there's the M&M one. Propaganda is so powerful that it will humanize demons and demonize humans. That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if that would have been somewhere in our somewhere along the history of all these different memes from way back, whether or not I put it in there prior. Hey, I know how I can find it, but I got to get on Facebook to do it. Ah. All right, stop sharing for a minute. Talk about something for a minute while I look on Facebook.
Yeah, talk about something.
Yeah, anything.
Anything. I think that this stuff for the convoy, though, it's going to get real interesting. Our government wants to appeal that decision, but I can't see them winning unless they get a real hardline leftist judge. In which case, we bring it to the Supreme Court of Canada, where, of course, there is nothing but hardline leftist. We got to get this clown Trudeau out of the office. He's got to go. Him and his idiot boys Singh and Freeland and all those morons.
Didn't they have warning signs before that ever even started about Trudeau? Didn't they have something that would have been a heads up that people should have paid attention and he never got in office?
Well, a lot of the conservatives, I mean, people like me, yeah, there was warning signs. The problem is that a lot of people, when he got in because of the fact that he wanted to legalize marijuana.
Ah,
That's a popular thing, right? And now we can't get rid of them. Like I said, parasites.
well,
Easy to get and hard to get rid of.
do you think they still have all the hippies' votes?
No, not now. Not because of the things that he's done. I would have to say that the good majority of Canada wants no part of the guy. They want to get rid of him ASAP. Excuse me. The only thing we can do is vote these clowns out. But the reality is, you go from one extreme to the next. So let's hope that Poilievre is going to do the things he says he's going to do. Because we know what most politicians are like. They lie their asses off to get in. And they don't do half the shit they're going to say. They say they're going to do.
Well, that's the thing they need to have them sign a document that they're going to make every attempt to keep every promise that they make. And if they don't, it's a legal contract that they can never run for office again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if they try to run for office again, they go to jail or something. I don't know. Make it harsh.
See,
Make it as harsh as possible.
The difference between them and me is I would have signed something that said that I was going to do what I said I was going to do because I had every intention on it.
Well, that's the thing is they're never held accountable for any lies they tell or any damage they do. They're never held accountable.
Yeah, I had no ill intent. I was planning on making things better for a lot of people. You can only do so much at a time. That's the thing.
Well, I think
But
you can. I
going to
think
help vets. Our vets, our military, and the seniors. That was the priority for me. Get rid of a lot of the taxes, at least double seniors' pensions. Take care of, make sure that the vets got everything they needed. They were willing to give everything for us. We should be willing to give everything for them to take care of them. That's how I see it.
Yeah. I think you would have been good at it.
Yeah, well, that's why. The problem is that people didn't want that. They would rather listen to the nonsense that was being spewed from the other party.
So half the half the doggone time, if you're not super wealthy, you're never going to get elected to an office. And then these people, when they finally do get elected to office, they turn around and they end up being more wealthy before they even went in.
Yeah. Well, even pay raises and that for, Parliament members, the members of Parliament. I mean, they're always giving themselves raises. Well, what about the people, say welfare, disabilities and whatever? Where's that? Where's the pension money? Well, really, where's the raises for them? I'd be voting against the MP pay raises and voting for pay raises for, pensions and stuff. Veterans pensions, everything. It's not about the MPs. It's about the country and the people in the country. Make things better. But that's me. I think differently than those clowns. We got to figure these MPs and that are getting, a couple $100,000 in that ballpark probably a year. And what is somebody on a pension getting? If you can't live on a couple $100,000 a year and you got to keep getting a raise, there's something wrong with you.
I think they need to take money out of politics completely. No legal lobbying. No campaign finance donations. There's where the problem comes in. You got so much.
Know what? No, you see, I happen to believe that what it should be, what your pay should be based on, is what you can accomplish for the people.
Yeah.
You make a promise, you don't come through, you don't get money. You get a base salary and that's it.
Well,
the more good you do, the more money you get.
You got to make sure you take the lobbyist out of there too, because the dang lobbyists are paying and bribing. Oh, we'll give you a job when you get out if you vote this way, or we'll give you this amount of money, or they donating tons of money. That needs to be put to a stop.
I'm against all that lobby stuff, putting money in people's pockets to, backdoor deals and that. I'm against that stuff. I'd be telling them to go pound sand. I ain't here to make you happy. I'm here to make the people happy.
You would have a whole heck of a lot less corruption if you took the money completely out of politics. If you get caught taking donations for your campaign, you go to jail. Plain and simple. No ifs, ands, or buts.
No.
And make it standard that on public access TV, you get to go out there and say your piece. It's paid for by the taxpayers for your commercial. You get to say what you're going to do for the country and nothing else. And so there ain't no whoever raises the most money wins kind of thing. That's where we need to be. Because these people have been allowed to, for too dang long, to have this big money game going on where the millions of dollars coming from God knows where to get people elected. And if you take the money out of the deal, make it the highest felony that there is to give somebody money for a campaign. They'll stop coming out of there being rich. They'll stop all the other stuff. There's still going to be people behind the scenes trying to bribe or blackmail the politicians. But
good luck. Try it with me. It won't work. I don't take kindly to that stuff.
Yeah, but what needs to be done is that needs to be another high crime right there. If you get caught blackmailing or bribing a political official, you literally get charged with treason.
I look at it this way: you try and blackmail me, and you're in front of me. There's a damn good chance you're going to get a shiner at the very least. I don't take kindly to that stuff.
I finally found it, man.
Blackmail. I don't take kindly to that stuff. Let me tell you.
Well, I agree with you. I'm right there along with you. I don't like that dang corruption. And that's the biggest problem we got. Mowing already.
Yeah, I'm just not for the corruption of that. Like I said, when I was running for politics, I meant what I said. And I happen to like the platform that we had, the People's Party had, because of the fact that we were allowed to vote our conscience. We didn't have to vote along party lines. Because even if I was in a party where I had to vote along party lines, I wouldn't. I didn't agree with it. I wouldn't, no matter what the consequence.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
All right, I got that meme up there, Dave. Can you see it?
Yep.
Yeah, it's the new Operation Crowbar. Have crowbar, will travel. So I got a crowbar and I'm over there on the fault line, and my brother, he's in a tugboat and he's got the rope tied around California. And it says, cleaning up America one liberal S-hole at a time. San Andreas fault, why wait for it to fail? Why wait for it to fall in? Exploit the crack.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah.
I think it's a good plan.
So well, California is going to destroy itself with the. I mean, they want to pay for everything for these immigrants and that. I mean, really, send them all to California, build a wall around California, and say you're on your own.
Well, California is like acne. It's like a big zit on the face of America. You need to get rid of it.
Well, look at what they're talking about, throwing Gavin Newsom in, for the president. Like, really? Who in their right mind is going to vote for him?
I don't know, man. But
we've already seen what he's done to California. He's destroyed California.
Well, if you could get rid of California, just they were always talking about that one day it was going to fall off into the ocean. We could just like send it out there so it could be its own little island, and you could send everybody to that island, and there they go. They're all happy campers, and America is one zit less on the face.
Yeah, well, if the Cascadia goes, a lot of California is going to be gone, especially since it's going to set up a lot of those other faults. And they've had some pretty big quakes lately in California.
Well, maybe they ought not be doing the things that they're doing.
Well, hey, I figure that if California does get wiped out, it's an act of God.
Yeah, well, just in case, we got Operation Crowbar.
Yeah.
It says the doggone little bubble above above America says, "Oh yeah, goodbye, Zit."
Well, if that Cascadia goes, there's a possibility that thing could be equivalent to a 10. So, and then you got to worry about the tidal waves. There's going to be some big tidal waves coming in from that.
Oh look, I don't waste no.
That's some, and it's due to go. That thing could go time.
I don't wish no bad on nobody. I just say, look, move them over so they can be their own island. Prop it up with some 50-gallon drums and some styrofoam and scoot it out there. Get it away.
Yeah.
Is that
put a sail on it when the wind's blowing, west.
Yeah.
Keep it going.
It float over there and become part of China. China will claim it as soon as it's in their waters. Hey, California's ours now.
Yeah.
That ought to get the lefties goat.
Oh, yeah. And it's going to be an interesting time when that, like I said, that Cascadia subduction zone is a very dangerous thing. But I mean, all the faults that are in California they're all ready to go. I mean, there's some big stuff going on, and it's going to happen one day. It's going to change the landscape. I can tell you that.
Well, I know the last time the New Madrid fault went off, that's the fault line that runs down through the area that I'm in. Last time that thing went off, it basically caused the Missouri River to go backwards.
Yeah. Well, the tsunami that's going to come after that quake, I mean, it's going to be something else. They even have signs, I guess, on the beaches and that.
My grandbaby's at it again. Can you hear her?
Yeah.
That's child. I'll tell you, when she gets older, I'm going to go back to the old podcast and I'm gonna say, "Look, that's you. That was you on the radio."
Yeah.
She's faking. I can tell. I can always tell when that child is faking.
Yeah.
She just wants it. Watch this. I'll step out there and say hi to her, and she'll stop.
Yeah.
Watch this.
You
Thanks.
hope. Stop.
There. Is everything all right? Got trouble, eh? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. In the doghouse.
Lots of fun.
Ah!
That's it. You made her cry.
She got in the doghouse. That's what happened. She hit Mama. They don't play.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, so she's having a timeout. She don't like it.
Well, they're not supposed to.
Oh, you gotta love it, man. Duct tape, baling wire, grandchildren. Do you know that we're the real deal? Anybody out there want to put a doubt to that one?
Yeah.
Come on out there, government. You just find out we're the real deal.
Yeah, that's it.
One of these days I'll be filthy, stinking rich, and I'll have my own studio and employees and all that kind of stuff. You know, Dave, I'm halfway to being filthy, stinking rich. You know it?
Yeah. Got the filthy stinking part down. It's just the rich part you're not quite at.
I'm working on it. Oh, man. All right, one boxing monkey for Dave.
Well, you left yourself wide open.
I was waiting for it. Where's my brother, that lazy bum? He should have been up in here.
Yeah. Well, hey, you never know. He's probably busy doing something already.
Yeah, I'll ring his bell and see if he answers.
He doesn't sit around too much.
I saw Barry pop in there earlier. I'll throw him back in
Yeah,
there.
for a second. I don't know what happened with him.
Ask him what's going on his side of the world.
Yeah.
I'm just throwing everybody.
I'll see if he comes in.
I'm throwing everybody and his brother in there.
Yeah. Don't throw everybody and his brother in there.
We got less than an hour left anyway.
Yeah. Gotta go Barry for Prime Minister.
Yeah, we got a meme on the website, Barry for Prime Minister.
Yeah. Well, if he comes in, we'll let him know.
Yeah, so I just start hitting buttons and ringing bells. So whoever shows up, shows up. No, what did we name today's show? Is the war over yet? Troy thinks the war hasn't even started yet.
Oh, it has. They're just not telling us how bad things are, but we can figure it out for ourselves. There's war everywhere. I mean, the protests, the bright side is these protests. They're huge. All across Europe now. And food shortages are coming. They're happening in Europe. You know, everything is all going down. Like I said, you know, you got Scotland and Ireland, and most of these countries now are into this protest. And it's nice to see that what the convoy originally started. People have just had enough. They're done with the nonsense.
Well,
And they're starting to stand up and they're starting to oppose everything. And it's nice to see that.
in my view, I think it's taken too long, and I hope it's not a day late and a dollar short, because they've done a lot of damage, you know.
Yeah, but you got to look at the fact that what they're trying to do to these farmers, they're trying to take their farms and they're shutting them down. They're not allowing them to make money. They can't plant because they don't have the money. The banks are screwing them. And you know what? It's time. It's time to stand up and say enough is enough. We're done with your nonsense. And I am so glad that it's happening. I mean, it's unfortunate because there's going to be food shortages, but we have to do this. We have to put an end to the garbage.
Well, that's why everybody needs to be a gardener of their own, you know. Everybody needs to start growing something, anything, you know. At least you'd have something to trade for.
Well, we have to. It's time that we stand up and tell these elites, pardon me, parasites, the WEF and that, you know what, we're not going to take their nonsense anymore. We're done. They're not going to dictate nothing to us.
Well, I'm in agreement to that.
Well, that's the thing. But that's the thing. That's what these protests are all about. We're tired of it. We're done. And if we don't do anything, they certainly don't.
Well,
And they can't shut us all down. They can try, but they can't shut us all down. So something has to give, and it's their side that's going to have to give up.
during this next election cycle, you're gonna have to like really be on your toes, because they've let enough people across the doggone border. You know, these people have already talked about you know, getting rid of America and all that kind of stuff. So it's not like they got our best interest at heart, you know. And so I fully expect either false flags or some sort of what do you call it, terrorist attacks kind of thing going on.
Unfortunately, it's
Yeah.
a lot of these people coming in. That's their goal, and it's unfortunate that they're not being vetted.
Oh, you know, they had that one guy on the doggone video literally saying, you'll know who I am pretty quick, you know. Well,
Yeah.
he's supposedly a known terrorist.
He is.
So, are they literally setting us up? I say yes.
I believe it's Azerbaijan, and he's a known terrorist.
I literally believe that
Here aren't anything good.
our government and our DOJ is so compromised. I don't even know, I'm not even sure about our military anymore. Are there good men and women in the military? I'm sure of that. But the leadership isn't, as far as I'm concerned, isn't doing what they're supposed to be doing according to the Constitution. We should have never got in this position. You know, people keep saying that Trump is still the president, but under a different name. He's still the commander in chief over the military, and that Biden's not real, and that Biden's supposedly you know, he's already dead, and that's just an actor on there.
Yeah, well,
I don't care about that crap. All right, I don't believe it for one, but I don't care about it. If this guy is up there and he's doing what he's doing, and Obama's behind the scenes or doing what he's doing, whatever, however this is playing out, if this is all an act, they're putting us on the verge of freaking civil unrest. It needs to stop. The movie needs to be over. The truth needs to come out. It needs to just you need to just put it to rest, because right now we're sitting on a powder keg. You know, all it's going to take is one spark, one match. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Never been so stressed out in my entire life than over the last, my God, 16, 20 years now. More than
Yeah.
that. As time goes by and the aggravations of watching criminals get by with everything all the time.
See,
You
the
know,
problem, if you get stressed, you make mistakes.
oh, sure. But
So
here's the thing.
stay calm and keep your wits about you and make the best decisions you can.
Back when the whole Q post was going on, everybody was saying, trust the plan, trust the plan. All right, well, why is the plan taking so dang long? It don't take no doggone 3 years of somebody completely destroying the country to understand that somebody's in the process of completely destroying the country.
Yeah.
They've been trying to piss off the Patriots to the point they want. That's why they pulled off the January 6th scam. You know? Yeah, I probably can't put this on YouTube now.
Yeah, what do you care?
I don't know. I'll throw it up there anyway, just to see. What's the truth?
Whether they like it or not. I said that's what I do on Facebook. I share with the truth. If they don't like it, well, they do what they do. They give me a 6-day ban or 30-day or 15, whatever.
There's no copyrighted. There's no egregious medical disinformation. It's just us talking about what we think is going on in the dang world.
Well, that's what's really going on in the world. It's hitting the fan in many ways. And these clowns that are in the upper echelon, the parasites, are trying to get us into wars. And actually succeeding.
Well, it's the same old.
Using the CIA to create problems, arm both sides, and instigate.
All of these things that the FBI had prior knowledge to, and they still were allowed to happen.
Which is the unfortunate part too. The FBI and the CIA and that, they're supposed to be, and even the Mounties, they're all corrupt now. They're supposed to be, law-abiding agencies and enforcing the law, but they're not. They're corrupt.
Well, it shouldn't even be a debate about the border. That shouldn't even be a debate. And we got ports of entry where these people could come through legally. So that shouldn't even be a debate. But they're incentivizing these people to come across here en masse, while at the same time, I honestly believe that they're literally moving UN troops with them and mixed in the crowd. Everybody's seeing all the chaos down there. Nobody's paying attention to the fact, well, some people are, that these are fighting age men coming across there. Why didn't they sort out their own country?
But all the southern countries, the South American countries, what are they doing? They're releasing their prisoners and they're mentally ill and sending them to the border. I mean, that saves their country a whole pile of money. They're not having to feed them and house them, and it becomes our problem.
Well, they also did that during the pandemic thing.
In politics.
They let people up out of the dang nut houses and the jails during that. At the same time, while allowing these groups like Black Lives Matter and Antifa to burn down the dang cities and attack federal buildings and such.
Yeah. Well, don't you think we have enough mentally ill people and criminals in politics?
Well, yeah.
Already? We don't need any help.
No. But either way.
Asylum.
During all these doggone riots and protests and tearing down the statues and doing all this crap, and during the supposed time when we were supposed to under the epidemic, they literally had the border wide open through this whole entire time. And we've been saying the whole entire ever since we've been doing the Knights of the Round Table, talking about their deal, order out of chaos, problem action, problem reaction, solution, and they're starting a problem, and they got their solution, and if the world falls for it, everything that we've been doing for all these years has just been pointless.
Well, how many sleeper cells now do we have in this country? And all we're doing is reinforcing them. And when they act, I'm sure they're going to harm a lot of people. And the reality is that's all on our government.
I can take you right now to a state park, and I can walk you back in the woods, and I can show you a homeless encampment of immigrants.
Yeah.
City knows they're there. They're not telling them you can't be there. They know they're there. And we just went through, some pretty cold weather. I hope they all had warm sleeping bags. But if you go from that encampment and you walk out there in the parking lot, there's some pretty nice cars sitting out there.
Yeah.
They got transportation. They somehow or another they're able to go shopping and all that. Somebody's giving them money.
Well, see, what makes it worse now is that there are lobbyists that want to privatize the national parks and sell off the properties and whatever. And the reality is that we can't allow that to happen.
They're dividing people in all different directions.
Well, they are.
I don't.
It's their goal is the total destruction. If America falls, freedom is gone for the world. We're all slaves.
Yeah, I don't know all the details and the ins and outs of what's going on between Israel and the Gaza Strip. I do know that for a long time they've been coming in and bombing these people over and over, and defending themselves is one thing. People are saying that they're over there committing genocide. I don't believe that. I haven't seen evidence of that yet. But
are equally responsible for that, okay? And the reality is that it's not just them. Our governments are all involved in that too.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get at. When you send money to Iran, and Iran sends money to the terrorists, and then the terrorists do what they do, it's just all perpetual,
Let's look at it from another perspective. And again, I believe that this is the agenda, is what the Georgia Guidestone said. Their goal is to bring the world's population down to 500 million. How do you think they're going to do that? Genocide.
Well, then it's not just Israel. It's not just Palestine.
It's not. Everybody is just as responsible for this. Every country is doing it. Look at Russia's doing. Look at what Ukraine's doing. The reality is that it just seems to have become the norm. And now everybody's pointing fingers at each other.
Well, they're pointing the fingers at the wrong people. They need to be pointing fingers at the leadership. That's who they need to be pointing.
WEF is pushing all this stuff. They want war. They want genocide. They want all this stuff because it goes. Everything works into their agenda.
Most of the people sitting in supposed seats of power don't belong there anyway, because they've already committed so many crimes, not excluding treason, crimes against humanity, and for some reason or another, you so much as jaywalk, you go to jail. You can't even. You can't even say certain things.
It's all about control and compliance. And you know what? I refuse to be controlled, and I will not comply. So I'm not going to conform to what they want. I believe in freedom, and I believe that everybody should be free. And we should all have the same rights under the law, equal justice under the law, and it's just not happening now. They've taken a lot of that away from us.
We've got all kinds of grassroots solutions, and we put these solutions on the table over and over. I don't want to go through a list and repeat all the doggone solutions available out there, including, you know, for fuel and food and alternative medicines and all that kind of stuff. If people haven't been listening, then I don't know what to do. You know, we could put the ideas on the table. If nobody's willing to, you know, take these ideas and run with them, if you're not willing to come together, you're just going to keep living in the same dang world that you're living in. These people are going to keep getting by with everything. You keep buying their movies, you keep buying their books and their products. They're going to keep using slave labor.
Well, yeah, but I mean, the Uyghurs are a perfect example of that. You know, they're basically slaves. They're trapped. China's not going to do anything. Nobody's bitching about the Uyghurs' freedom and that. The people that do are silenced.
Well,
Islam, all of Islam should be in an uprising over this.
I don't
But they're
want
not.
I don't want to hear any more about Black History Month or slavery or anything like that, because the modern day slavery is in full effect. You can still today, on today's open market, you can go out and buy a slave. So I want to hear no more about that from all these social justice warriors out there. And what you just mentioned about the Uyghur Muslims, nobody's saying anything about them. Nobody's saying anything about what's going on in the Middle East or in southern, down there across the other side of the border. You know,
Yeah.
They're all saying nobody's illegal. People aren't illegal and all this kind of crap. Well, you know what? When you're allowing this stuff to go on, you're supporting drug cartels that are literally doing human sex trade, human trafficking,
Yeah.
drugs, and everything else. You're literally supporting them. And it's not about immigration. It never has been immigration. See, that's what they do. They turn and twist terminology.
Well, yeah, but the thing that's amazing is that what seems to be important anymore is that you hurt somebody's feelings. Like, grow up, get over it, deal with the important stuff. Your feelings don't matter. You're going to get your feelings hurt in life. Get over it.
Yeah.
Move forward.
All this is having real world consequences, real world implications. People said they can't get a job. There's plenty of jobs out there. They don't want a job because after the episode there where they had everybody all muzzled up and everything, they literally were paying these people to stay home, and then they figured out that they didn't have to go to work. They don't want to go back to work. They incentivize people to not want to be part of the working force and they can't even get people to go in the military anymore. And now they're trying to offer immigrants, come over and join our military, and then we'll make you citizens. That's really a good idea. You know, arm them up, give them combat skills. Then they'll turn around and take over your country. You stupid people.
Yeah. Why do you think they try to take the guns away from everybody? Because if they take the guns, you can't fight back.
Well,
don't let them do it.
They ain't getting mine at all.
That's what I'm saying. You're lucky over there. You have that. We don't have that thing. They want to take the guns away from the legal gun owners. I mean, we're not the ones that are causing the grief.
Well, listen. I hate to say this, but to all the Canadians out there and all the other people of the world, if you don't like the law and you support the law by obeying the law, then it's going to remain a law. You want your Second Amendment, then you need to take your Second Amendment. You need to stand up against the man. That's just as simple as that. There's no ifs and you think that the United States of America has the Second Amendment because they didn't stand up against the man? But they were tired of tyranny. They made sure that they wrote it into the paperwork that our new country is going to have this right here: the right to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. And so I don't care. Here in the United States, you can pass all the gun laws you want. I'll just be a criminal. I will be a criminal. I am not going to comply to your gun laws. I'm not going to give you I'm not going to turn up my only defense. I'm not going to turn it over to criminals. Not going to turn it over to tyrants.
Not a criminal. That's the thing.
You can bring your doggone army to my front door, and you only got one option in order to get it. That's to put me down. That's it. I'm willing to die on that hill. I'm not gonna comply. So, you know.
But you have to, because you have a constitution that says so. Regardless of what they say, that's the supreme law of the land.
That's right. And what you guys need to do is you need to go out and buy them anyway. You know, I know dang good and well that even when dope was illegal, people still got it. When alcohol was illegal, people still got it. So if you wanted to go get the weed back whenever it wasn't legal and you got the weed, there ain't no reason why you can't arm up. And I don't care, you know, what the law says. If like I said, if they turn around and make it illegal to own a firearm here in the United States, I'm going to own a firearm. I'll own 10 of them by that time, and I'll buy more. I'll make sure I'll start making my own freaking ammunition. I'm not going to comply, and they're going to have to force me to comply. And if everyone out there does the same doggone thing, you going to throw them all in jail? You're going to throw 230 million people in jail?
Yeah.
Criminals ain't going to give theirs up. They're not complying. Why should I?
Yeah. Listen, I will do whatever I have to do to defend myself. If that means I have to make a watermelon launcher.
Well, sometimes a man's got to do what a man's got to do.
That's it.
But
the watermelon coming at you pretty quick, that's going to hurt.
Yeah, if the good, strong men of America and around the world don't stand up and say, you know what, I'm done with your shenanigans. I ain't doing this anymore. You're not telling me I can't do this and I can't do that. Now look at the little protesters, little skinny jeans wannabe ninja folks out there that they call Antifa. They go as anti-fascist while using fascist techniques, trying to tell everybody else that they can't believe what they want to believe. Right?
That's what I'm saying. They bought into that. They bought into that lie. They think we are the fascists when in fact they are.
That's the thing. That the government ain't going to stop them. That leaves only the natural born militia to stop them. And when it comes down to militia, they're talking about trying to ban armed militias. You can't ban armed militias. That means you're going to ban every man, woman, and child in the United States of America, because their rights as a citizen under that Constitution is they are the militia. They are the militia. That's not your little 3%ers or your Proud Boys or your freaking whatever, you know, the federal version of the militia, the fake ones that come out there and act like they're, you know, right-wing extremist Trump supporters. The feds, the ones trying to pull stuff off, you know. No, I'm talking about every man, woman, and child out there, every veteran, every ex-law enforcement, everyone every dishwasher, everybody and his brother out there. If you're a United States citizen, you are in the militia. You don't even have a choice whether to be in it or not. You are part of America. You are the militia. You're the last line of defense. And until you get that through your freaking head, and they tell you that they don't want no armed militias, that means they want to disarm every last one of you. Look it up. That's who you are. You're the militia. You don't have a choice. You can't opt out. Or you can opt out. You can go to China. You can go to Canada. You can go to South America. You can go to Ireland, Scotland. You can go anywhere else in the world. You can renounce your citizenship, and you're no longer part of the militia. That's how you get out. So if you don't want to be part of the militia, then see you next time. That's how it works. That's the United States Constitution. Against all enemies, both foreign and domestic. You like it or leave it.
Yeah.
So when you burn our American flag, you're spitting on yourself. You're spitting on all the patriots that ever gave you the freedom, and you don't deserve to be here anymore. And if you're a veteran, I'm telling this to every single veteran out there. If you're good with them burning the American flag, you're a traitor. You are flat out a traitor.
Any of the people coming in when their loyalty isn't to the country, they need to go.
Yep. I
You can't be here.
hope I piss off those veterans out there that say, well, I went and fought for their right to be burning the American flag. You're a traitor. You are a traitor. You're a traitor to the United States Constitution. You're a disgrace. Those folks that laid down their lives for this right here, and it's not the flag, it's not the patch, it's not the piece of cloth. It is the American dream. It's the rights, the freedoms that we fought for. And if you think it's okay to disgrace that, get on down the road, scumbag. You're a traitor. That's the way I feel. And that's the way I'm going to stand. I'm willing to die on that hill. So, I might be the most hated man in America before it's all over with. Those coffins that were draped in that flag, they paid the price. They paid a hell of a price. So, that's what you think. As far as I'm concerned, you're a traitor. The supposed president back when Obama's in doggone office wouldn't put his hand over his heart during the national anthem. All those athletes that took a knee during the national anthem, turned their back on the national anthem. Traitors. Traitors to the United States of America. Literally stabbed in the back every veteran that ever spilled their blood and lost their life and their limbs. You're scum. And I said it. Come make me unsay it. See if you can do that. Come make me unsay it. Turn your back on our national anthem after all these people laid down their lives so that you could have the chance at freedom. That's it. I paid a hell of a price for this country. I'm still paying a hell of a price for this country. And I'm still fighting for this country. I want everyone out there from every single nation to fight for your country. I don't mean fight another country for your country. I mean fight your doggone corrupted system for your country.
Yeah.
Fight all this wokeism, all this this perversion. Stand up for what's right. Seek the face of God. And all these people out there that don't believe in God, well, that's your business. You don't believe in you either. But the thing about it is, if you don't have some divine intervention, and you keep living your lives the way you're living, you keep going down the path to sure destruction, you're going to have a self-fulfilled prophecy. You're going to destroy yourself. You're going to destroy your country. And everything that you think you hold dear is going to be gone. Mark my words, it's coming. I'm trying to find something here. My computer's wanting to move slow. You still there, Dave?
Yeah, I was just talking to my wife for a minute. No, I agree with you, Shaz. You know, everybody's got to fight for their freedom in their own country.
Well, I may
Fight
sound
for
like a jerk, and I may piss people off, but I'm tired of watching people die. I'm tired of watching people die needlessly. I'm tired of all the crap that keeps going on constantly. Tired of lies and the propaganda, the psychological operations. I'm tired of seeing everything come down. Everybody and his brothers got their own ideas of what kind of world we live in, whether it's flat or whether it's round, or whether there is or isn't a God, whether there is or we did or didn't go to the moon and all that kind of crap. But they're missing out on the biggest deal right now. There's a attack on humanity that is overwhelming at this time.
Yeah, there is. And, in Canada with this MAID program, this medical assistance in death, I think that our government, that since they're pushing it so hard, they should lead by example. I really do.
2 Chronicles 7:14, King James Version. If my people which are called by my name shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven, I will forgive their sin, and I will heal their land. God said that. And I don't even care if you even believe or don't believe in God anymore. That's between you and God. That's between you and your Creator. I don't care if you believe in the Bible. I don't care if you like the Bible or you don't like the Bible. 10 Commandments. Thou shalt not kill. All right? That's a good way to live. Don't be killing people. Thou shalt not steal. Don't steal from people. Don't commit adultery on your wife. Honor your mother and father. That's a good ways to live. So whether you took it from the Bible or you just took it from the heart, don't be out there hurting people. People want to run around hollering about do no harm. Y'all have lost your freaking mind. Y'all doing harm. Every last one of you out there is doing harm. You come on there and you mock Jesus because you don't like Jesus because you believe something else, and you want to sit there and try to tell somebody who's a Christian that what they believe in is wrong. You're doing harm. Leave them alone. Just leave them alone. The Muslims want to believe the way the Muslims want to believe. Leave them alone. As long as they're not going out there chopping off people's heads. Once they start chopping off people's heads, that's a different story. You defend yourself with everything you got. And I don't care whether you're a man that wants to be a woman or whatever. That's you. That's between you and your Creator. Just don't take it down there to the children. Leave the children alone. Care about none of that stuff. I'm not going to come over there and hurt you because you look like a man. You are a man dressed like a woman. I'm not going to hurt you. And I'm not afraid of you either. You got to get that through your head. This crap that they put out there, the racial hate and discontent, that's of the devil, man. That's Satan running amok. You don't believe in the devil? That's on you. When he's on your back, then you'll know the devil's real. You don't believe in demons? That's on you. But if you believe in peace and love and harmony, and you believe do no harm, then don't sit there and mock and ridicule somebody's spiritual journey, because you're not in their feet. You're not in their shoes. You're not walking their journey. You can share your ideas back and forth all you want. Don't sit here and tell me I'm wrong, because you don't even know that you're right. You only got the word that somebody passed down to you. It came out of a school book that was written by a man. It came out of a man's mouth. And if there's one thing that you should understand right now, you can't trust nothing that nobody says. Period. That's why I tell you, don't believe a dang thing I say. You go out there and look it up yourself. There's evidence out there. You might go out there and find something contrary to what I believe. Don't come back and say, oh, well, you're wrong. I'm going to argue with you now because you were wrong. You said the Bible was flawed because it was written by man. So is the dictionary. So is the math book. So is the science book. So is every other book. So is every other scroll. So is every other word coming out of anybody's mouth that was passed on down that you didn't have firsthand knowledge about. You believed it. You acted upon faith that whoever told you this, well, they wouldn't lie to me. No, the government wouldn't lie to you either. There ain't no such thing as propaganda. There ain't no evils in this world. There ain't nobody that would hide a crime. There ain't no such thing as conspiracies. None of that. If you honestly believe that, you're in serious jeopardy, and you're taking other people down with you. If you're not a Christian, if you don't believe in Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, and it turns out to be true, and you spent your entire life steering everybody down the wrong path, that's on you. If I'm a Christian and I'm doing this and I'm steering people out of the wrong direction away from the deal, that's on me. So that's how that works. God said, "What you do unto the least of thee, you do unto me." And that's him. What you do unto the least of all of us, you did to God. You did to our Creator. Gave us everything. Gave us all enough food to feed the whole entire world. Gave us enough materials, a self-contained biosphere of epic proportions. Can literally feed, house, shelter, and home every single person out there. More than enough. 10 times the population. And yet we've got sickness, we've got starvation, we've got wars, we've got rumors of wars, plagues, famine, pestilence, earthquake in diverse places, and great signs and wonders in heaven, and you still want to mock God. You want to mock me for believing in God. You want to get upset. Because the word Jesus is one that demons fear that name. The devil doesn't like that name because the devil knows he ain't got no power over Jesus. And then you want to turn around and you want to go through the terminology. Well, his name ain't really Jesus. It's this and that. You're working for the devil. All right? You're literally working for the devil. Because whether I say Jesus or you say Yeshua, it doesn't matter. Anytime you try to put separation between God, what I believe is God, then you're working for the devil. You're serving Satan, and you can't serve two masters. You can't serve God and you can't serve Satan at the same time. There's no having one foot on each side of the fence. You can't do that. You're either on the wrong side of the fence or you're on the right side of the fence. So anytime you're mocking and ridicule and then judging somebody, you're going against God. You're going against your Creator. So think about that with all your peace and love and good vibrations thing. I'm not going to tell you that you're a sinner going to go to hell because it's not my place to say so. I'm going to tell you how I believe, and I'm going to stick to my faith, and I'm going to stick to my spiritual journey the closest that I can. And more than likely, I might be wrong. Who knows? But at the same time, we got all of humanity literally destroying one another. Literally lying and stealing and murdering and killing and robbing and raping and looting and pillaging. The book said, as it were in the days of Noah, so shall it be in the days of the coming of the Son of Man. If it was that bad during the days of Noah, I can understand why there was a great flood. If they were cannibalizing each other, if they were murdering each other, if they were lying, if the hearts of men were nothing but wicked, I can understand why there was a great flood. You can argue over ancient aliens, you can argue over God, you can argue over everything under the doggone sun, including the sun and then some in space and the great beyond. There has to be aliens because there's so many doggone planets out there, billions and billions and billions of stars, and there's gotta be life out there somewhere. You're not unique in any form or fashion. You can argue over that till the cows come home. But on this world that we stand on, whether you believe it's a globe or whether you believe it's flat, on this piece of ground that we stand on that some call Turtle Island and others call Earth, We got to live here together. And you can watch over the years as more tombstones appear. Tombstones popping up left and right every time we lose somebody. We lose a great piece of humanity. If you want to end the wars, and if you want to end the sickness, if you want to end the starvation and all the hate and discontent, you got to come together. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. You can't keep demonizing and calling everybody Nazis and white supremacists and burning down cities, because for every action is an equal and opposite reaction. You burn my house down, I'm coming for you. Tooth for a tooth and an eye for an eye. And unfortunately, guys like myself, I operate on Operation Overkill. If it only takes a firecracker, I will use a nuke. I ain't going to use the firecracker. I'm going to go to the nuke right out of the gate. That's why I'm not president. Because I wouldn't play that. Wouldn't play that at all. Don't hurt people. You want to do that? Then we're going to go to the extreme right out of the gate. There's not going to be no happy medium in between there. We're not going to sit around and sing Kumbaya after the fight's over. No, we're going to shut it down right out of the gate. Nip it in the bud. I'm telling you, I might very well be the craziest man that ever walked the face of this freaking earth. But I'm sick and tired of watching all the death and destruction and hearing the lies and the hate and the discontent and people making up stories and doing whatever they can to hurt people. It's got to stop. And there's only one way to stop it. That's with you. Me. You want to come around and help us clean the house out? Let's do it. You want to fix it up? Let's do it. Stop lying to each other. Stop stealing each other. It says in the last days that men will become lovers of themselves. Do you love yourself? Do you love yourself more than you love your God? Do you love yourself more than you love your neighbors? That's the problem. If you're going to have love, you're going to have true love. You're going to have true love for all life. True love for nature, true love for God. Put God above. Give God the ultimate glory, and you got it made. Because if God's with you, ain't nobody can stand against you. Not even the evil. If the devil jumps in your area, jumps on your back, you tell him, say the name of Jesus and watch him tremble. That's how it works. Believe it or not. You take it how you want. Thumb the video down, thumb it up, share it, don't share it. It's irrelevant at this stage in the game until we find a way to come to common ground, until we find a way to come together. You ain't got a snowball's chance in hell of surviving. We're going down a bad road, and we're going down it fast. We're over the falls in a grocery cart. We ain't even got a barrel. We got a grocery cart. You know that sucker's going to sink, and it's going to hurt like hell when you hit the bottom. We don't come together. We can sit around and talk and piss and moan about every damn thing under the sun. If you're not supporting people from people.ning.com, I don't know what to tell you. If you're not supporting shazizradio.com, I don't know what to tell you. We stood our ground. Through all the censorship, through all the hate, through all the discontent, trials and tribulations, freaking duct tape and baling wire, we stood our ground trying to give people solutions and show them love and give them a place to come and talk to each other, work things out, share information. I don't know what to tell you. Start your own radio station. And I'll support you. Go out there and start up a radio station. I'll help you promote it. I'll even give you some of the tools necessary to do it. Just tell the truth. Tell the truth to people. That's all you need to do is just tell the truth. Show them the truth. Anyway, we got to get up out of here. Dave, you got any last words of wisdom before we go?
Yeah. Open your eyes. Question everything. And don't give up hope.
I'm not never going to give up. I might get depressed. I might be on the verge of saying, you know what? I got to shut it all down. Every time I've tried that, though, something keeps pulling me back or somebody talks me off the cliff. I'm frustrated. Everybody says, oh, be patient, be calm. It's happening. It's happening. It's not happening fast enough. The wheels of justice are turning so slowly that it is painful to watch. It's like watching paint dry. And
Stand for something or live for nothing.
yeah, I'm gonna stand my ground. I'm gonna stand with God first, family second, in my country. I'm gonna stand my ground. Got to protect my country, got to protect my family, and got to have faith in God. That makes me a white, conservative, Nazi, supremacist, freaking radical. So be it. All your harsh names that you want at me. You can say anything you want. Chances are you won't say it to my face. 'Cause I don't play that game. Homie, don't play that, Dave. All right, I'm going to give the peace sign out over here. There's going to be a video up on Rumble, providing nothing goes wrong and I didn't lose the video, but there'll be a podcast on the other side just in case. So you can either see it and hear it, or you can just hear it, whichever. Peace.